Can you hear me now? Hi, just give me 1 minute. Can you hear me now? So why is it working now? What the hell happened? All right. I can hear me. Can you hear me, Amaya? Septi, I can hear me. Can you hear me, Amaya? So weird. Hi, besties. I love it. Can you hear me now? Can you hear me now? What is the one that I want? Yeah, give me 1 minute. I just heard me. So hold on. Let me turn this on. Okay. I just heard me. So hold on. Let me turn this on. Okay. I can hear me on here. So we're good. I had to pull it up so I could see. Okay. So I'm done making a mess over here. Good morning. No, it's good evening. This is going to be water signs. So it's going to be Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. In one live. It's going to be one at a time. So I'll do each one. I don't know. I think that maybe I'm going to do them all in one because every single one, the last few I did were pretty similar. So maybe we'll see. If they're all similar this time, then next month when I do them, I'll just do fire signs, water signs like that. Because last month they were pretty similar. There's only one or two small differences. So if that's the case, then I don't want to do them separately for each one if I don't have to, right? Because that's just a lot of I don't want to say overdoing it, but so just give me 1 minute. Welcome in, guys. It's nice to meet y'all. If you're new, I do these a lot. Otherwise, I'm teaching about emotional awareness. Your eyes are really pretty. Thank you. Tintin. Welcome. Appreciate that. So, for now, we're going to do all three separate signs. But if this month they stay being the same, like where they're so similar, then next month I'll just do them all. I think that's a pretty fair way to do it. I hope you guys are doing well. I'm just opening them all up because I'm going to have to go back and forth with them 3 times, and I want to make sure we're not 500 hours and everybody can get their message. So, come on now. Oh, good enough. I always say I need a bigger desk when I have to do this. So, what time we got now? 7. 8 minutes. All right, so we're going to start with Cancer. What do we want? We're going to start with gratitude. All right, can I have one gratitude for my Cancers for the month of April? So I'm going to help them stay in gratitude, find the bright side. How you love yourself is how you teach others to love you. Picture what it would look like to be loved and appreciated by the world in just the manner you most desire. Channel this image as you move throughout your day. You have to teach people how to love you, right? Okay, if you go out and play, you have to play in the yard and stay where I can see you, okay? You want to put your shoes on? I don't know why I buy socks for this kid. She loves to go outside in her sock feet, and those socks are wrecked after 2 times wearing them. Oh, that was self love. Yeah, I know you want to do it again. So we got invoke the learning of every suffering you have suffered. Contemplate what it might be like to allow yourself to be more vulnerable in your work environment. What growth might this inspire? So when you start, and to be vulnerable, it is learning how to love yourself uh, in the best way for you. And when you do that, you lead by example and you show others exactly how you need to be treated. And usually in that case, they show up accordingly, right? They're going to show up and do the things because they know that that's what they need to do to be in your vicinity, right? Can I have a moonology for my cancers? What's going on in the moon? What's going on? A fiery climax approaches. So, yeah, you're learning how to love yourself and you're understanding to get to the other side, there's always got to be uh, something there to keep the distance. Add a Q&A sticker. We should do that. All right. I didn't see any angel numbers yet, which is unusual. For my cancers, where's the other one? Oh, right there. Give me one grounded action step, something to help them focus, move forward. Oh, this job is going to get in trouble. Uh-uh. She's waving at me. I'm telling her no, and she's waving at me. There's a baby swing for the neighbors, and she wants to play in the little baby swing. Sorry, mom life. All right, one for cancer, please. We're finding the perfect one. Oh, you got nothing to say? Stop it, kid. Okay, last shuffle. Birthing of a new age. Yeah, learning how to, that makes sense because you're learning how to love yourself and you're teaching people how to love you. So, and that's really truly how you do it. This kid is wild today. What was the angel number for that? Angel number 92. So, whenever I speak these out or I see them or I call them out, the reason is if you care to do a little bit of homework, you'll always find that those little nagging questions in the back of your mind, the these are going to be the ones that answer them. Mark, Mark, Mark. Hi from Simru, Sagittarius, Irish ancestry. My grandmother times 4 was a leader of spiritual church. Give me something, sister. Welcome, welcome. Give you something. Well, I'm doing water signs right now, but you're a fire sign too. I'm a Leo, so we got that. Okay, right now, cancers are learning how to love themselves, understanding that until they start loving themselves wholly, no one else is going to be able to love them the same way. Tomorrow, I'm going to do fire signs, I think. Water, fire. Yeah, I think so. But you're welcome to stay. There's always good messages here. And again, angel numbers, guidance, intuitive hits, even if it's not always your sign. Usually, when you pop in and show up, it just means that there's something there that's meant for you to hear. And it could be just a little spark of an idea. It could be something to work on, something to empower you, give you strength, a little bit of love. Either way, it's really good. Oh, you can hear me now. Welcome back, Amaya. All right, so this one is often our path is exactly the one we don't feel prepared to walk. Walk it anyway. Often what is rising feels bigger than we could possibly hold. Be a container for it anyway. Often our creations seem to have a wild, uncontrollable consciousness of their own. Birth them anyway. Often what is ours to do is the very thing that most intimidates us. Be courageous and do it anyway. We are birthing a new age. Sorry, Tiff, really bad back pain right now. You don't have to apologize. What do you mean? Just relax. Take your time. If you're here and you can hear or you can't watch, that's okay. If you can, welcome. If you can't because something's happening, I'm never going to be upset with you. Your health, your mindset, um, your comfort obviously is going to come first. You're the main character in your life. Make sure you remember that. Right now, we're in a transition period between the ages, in the process of allowing the old cycle to fall away and the new to rise. Like driving in the fog and trusting the road will appear ahead, we need to release old identities and ways that no longer serve us, using our intuition as a compass. You are part of a group of souls who have been incarnating at significant periods of history, preparing for this exact time. Dreaming a new world into being, Magdalene sisters, daughters of Isis, Essenes, priestesses, witches, mystics, healers, seers, artists, midwives, visionaries, guardians of the earth, and storytellers from times past. It is time to give permission and space for what is beckoning to be within to be born. We are dreaming a new world into being. And this is your affirmation to go with it. I am open to surrendering to the creations that are wanting to be birthed through me. May I be of service in a way that delights my mind, body, and soul. Please use me, please lead me, and please show me the way. I hit the like. Nick Weber, welcome, welcome. Thank you so much. Uh, this is the water sign. Right now is Cancer. What I'm doing last month, they were pretty similar. Like the water signs were all really similar. Well, all of them were really similar. So what I'm doing is, if this month they still seem to come out all very similar, then next month I'm just gonna do like water signs, fire signs, and I'm not gonna split it up per sign if that makes sense. Zaman, welcome, welcome, welcome. So right now we're on Cancer. And really, it's just, it seems to me you're learning to love yourself, uh, and you're understanding that to birth all these new ideas and creations, you have to have confidence. And to have confidence, you have to love yourself. And you have to walk in that authority, and you have to trust in yourself. And the only way to do that is by showing up with love. How are you? Welcome, welcome. I'm here supporting you. Thank you, Amaya. But just remember, if your back's hurting and stuff, don't ever feel obligated. I love you. Obviously, I want you to come and see, but I'm never going to be upset if you're taking care of yourself first. I promise you never have to worry. I just got to check on my kiddo. I see her. She's playing in the backyard. It's big and fenced in, but she's also wild. All right, for my cancers. That was a little many. You got two. We got Sun and Libra. Yeah, you're finding the harmony, the balance between the things you want to do, the expectations, the things you want to do for other people, and understanding that to do that, you have to first show up. Uh, my channel grew. Well, that's the idea. That's fantastic. Did you hit 1,000? What were you at? 700 and something, right? Last I checked. And growth. Yes, to have the growth, you got to find the balance between loving yourself and doing for others. And there is a harmonic balance, and there is a time and a space to do it. And the only way to actually follow through every time and do it is to put yourself first and balance everything else along the way. That's truly what you're focused on, which is good. That's all you can ever do, right? Is just ask yourself, I heard my kid yell. She's a wild child. 737. Way to go. I got to 200. I think I have 250 subscribers now, which is fantastic. Another couple months, maybe we get to 500. I'm going to be booming. All right, for my cancers. But 250, already 250 that show up, that actually watch my content. Like, if you think about it, why are you knocking to come in the house, kid? Open the door. Why are you knocking to come in your own house? That is my child. I know you did. You shout me out all the time. I love it. Messenger, serious energy, bringing harmony and balance. And that's just what I talked about. Cancer, you're learning how to find that balance. But you understand that that balance doesn't take place until you show up for you first. You have to love yourself. You got to show up for yourself, and you have to put yourself first. You're never going to make it anywhere. You're going to be constantly emptying your cup and waiting on the world to fill it when it should be the other way around. You fill your cup first and share with the world from your overflow. And that is a big, big difference. Messenger. What number do we got? Angel number 92 again. It was 92 on the other one. So that's 92 is a definitely an important number for cancers. 92, eh? Interesting. Oh, you mean you shared me out now or before? Sorry, my brain. Sometimes it takes me a minute because I'm focused on other things. All right. 92 for cancers. Write that down because remember I said you want to do your homework and stuff? That angel number matters because that came out double in two different decks. So that's important. Serious energy, bringing harmony and balance. You're part of the lineage of souls who have dedicated their lifetimes to the upliftment of the planet, to returning time and again to see the light. The crystalline ones, the ones who are here to plant the sacredness of life back in, to honor both the sacred feminine and masculine, to usher deep reverence back in. Many ascended masters are thought to be connected to the energy of Sirius. Often appearing as a shade of blue, they hold the frequency of pure love and are here to help the masculine and feminine exist in harmony, to ensure greater balance, to help us see that we're all connected and that the masculine and feminine energies exist within us all. You're being called to bring about this balance and harmony between the masculine and the feminine, to be a garden of harmony and balance on earth. Think of the whales traveling around the globe, sharing love through their healing vibrational song. The unique notes send balance and harmony to every corner of the planet. A rebalancing of the masculine and feminine is occurring worldwide. It's a resurgence of the sacred within us all, a returning of the sacred union within, a rekindling of heaven and earth. You can begin to bring harmony and balance by creating it in your own life. The ripples will flow from there. You can honor and balance the sacred masculine and feminine energies within yourself and others. How are you being called to bring harmony to your life or the planet? How are you being called to honor the sacred masculine and feminine within? So, not only, so it's like twofold. Everything always seems to be that way, but learning how to love yourself means you have to love the good and the bad, right? The good, the bad, the ugly. You have. Yes, baby. So you have to understand there's that balance. Literally, your masculine and your feminine, right? Because we all have that. We have the masculine and the feminine within us. But you're also learning that to do that, to have that balance, you have to love yourself, which means you have to understand when to sit back, to dream, to manifest through your mind, through the feeling, your intuition, and when to actually do the action steps, right? So the balance is not just showing up loving yourself, it's loving yourself with your thoughts, understanding your thoughts, processing them, getting rid of the negatives, what patterns, what thoughts, what do you need to keep, what do you need to let go of. Anything for us Scorpios. You're going to be Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio, but I can do Scorpio next if you would like. I'm almost done Cancer, and I will do that just for you. Isaac, hello, welcome, welcome. So yeah, you're learning to understand that balance is not just a one thing, right? Balance is learning when to dream it, to be up in the clouds, to be hanging out with spirit, with your angels, when to be dreaming everything in, and then when to bring it to the earth and take the action steps, right? And that's a balance of the masculine and the feminine, right? Because we need both of that. And when we get too far out of whack on either one, we become very ungrounded, and it's hard to work your way through it. What, baby?
What are you doing?
And also for I'm doing my reading. You know that. Also for cancers, angel number
You reading
92
about
came
me?
out
Is
twice.
that
Yes, but you know
is you
the
reading you on me?
yeah, no, this is for me, but I need you. You yeah, but you know the balance and you know the understand. I will wait my turn. Do your thing, girl. I appreciate that. Oh. My at least you're way better than my child. She don't do patience. Mind you, she's only 7, so I got to give her a little break. Can I have one of the Beyond Lemuria for my cancers? These are the grounded action steps. These are the ones that how you show up for yourself, how you give love. You can't brush your hair in a ponytail, kid. You're gonna rip it out. What do we got here? Crown chakra. Yeah, don't be just in your head. However, imagining it into being is really great. And again, it's finding the balance. Don't be all in your head, understanding when to dream it and bring it to action, right? And that's actually really good. And that means once you start opening the crown chakra, it can be a little unnerving if you're not used to it already. She's like, "Mom, you're not listening." I know. Well, we made a deal. You understand how hard I have to work with this child to say, "This is my couple hours. I need to work. I need to focus." And then she says, "Okay, I love you. We work it out, treats, all the good stuff." And then she's like, "Oh, you're live. Hi, I want to say hi." She's a little ham, but she's freaking cute, so I can't even be mad at her. I still have to do the boundaries sometimes, but she gets away with a lot because she's freaking cute. All right. The unlimited self. I love this. Devotion, inner guidance, visionary, inspiration, fathoming beyond the mind, enlightenment, connection to the universe, and life force energy. Your crown chakra is your link to the multidimensionality of your being. The seat of your soul, it gracefully connects you to the heavens. The infinity symbol of limitlessness appears within the unfolding petals and points to your most potent potential. Here, you can delight in the divine strands of light that dance with us when we are aligned with spirit, purpose, and truth. Miss Grace, sit down. Restore. Be present and flowing without rigid outcomes. We don't micromanage the universe. What's my daughter's? Yeah, Grace. She is Grace. She taught me to give myself grace, her grace. Grace is the word of the day, the week, the month, and the year. When you are distracted, you're living on the surface level. Explore the state of flow and be receptive to the intuitive messages you may receive. And then themes, the way for you to be most aligned with divine guidance and connection with spirit, right? So you to understand when your crown chakra is open, it's connecting you, right? But the idea is you're a spirit, you're a soul, a being living on earth, right, in your human body. But you also need to understand for what you're dreaming and what you're seeing in your third eye and the crown chakra, those ideas, those inspirations, all those things, they're not given to you to just dream them. They're given to you to understand that if you want to do it, if you take the effort and put it into yourself and show up and learn to balance it and do the action steps to get there, that desire was put into your brain to let you know you absolutely have the capacity to do it. You just have to do the action steps. And no, you don't have to have all of every answer in all of them. But if you start learning to follow your intuition and taking those guided steps, the universe will always weave its web and it will open up the most beautiful opportunities for you to learn and grow and take you right to that beautiful dream you've been dreaming. And the idea is the only way you're going to get there is when you start showing up and loving yourself. Because when you love yourself fully and completely, the good, the bad, the ugly, and you balance it out, you find your triggers, you understand what it is that makes you tick, all of those things. When you start understanding that, learning that about yourself, and loving it, you find that a lot of those things that um, the negative side of that was a trigger or something bad usually ends up being your superpower. So when you start to look at it like that, now you've figured out your triggers and quirks and all those things. You know how you work. So what happens is you start to move differently. You think differently. You're not stuck in your head. You're finding the grounded action steps on how to move forward with it. That doesn't mean you have all the answers. It means I trust myself. I know how I work, and I know that I can figure it out. And I know if I keep going for it, something will work out. And when you start showing up like that, that's you showing the world, showing everybody, showing yourself how to love you. Yes, and being patient with yourself. Patience is the one thing that I fight with the universe all the time. All the time. And every time I get checked, I'm like, I don't want to be patient. The universe sends a car just to cut in front of me and drive slow. And I'm like, it's like one of those where you're like, really? Really? Do I have to always be patient? Literally arguing all the time with spirit. That's what I do. So we got Miss Grace. You can do it, but you can't be hollering. Yep, you can sing, but you can't holler. Good job. Yes, I love that one. Head and shoulders, knees and toes. Eyes and ears. Mouth and nose. High five. High five. Eyes and ears. Mouth and nose. High five. Okay. All right. So 1441 was for my cancers. Unique skills. This is one of my favorite. Guy the guy. Welcome, welcome. Life goals, purpose, mastery, integrity, career growth, ambition, focus, important projects. This is a time for intense self development. If that isn't confirmation, I don't know what is. I can't see what that is. It's a little person, maybe? I have no idea what that is, but welcome. Um, this is a time for intense self development. Focus on refining your craft. You already have everything you need to succeed, but consistent practice will make you a true master. Use this time to align with your purpose and level up in your career or business. It's time to prioritize growth and achievement. And that's exactly what it means, right? So you start seeing that number, get quiet, get present, focus, see what's going on around you. Because all those flashes, all that information is there to show you exactly what it is you need to see. I didn't see your email. I didn't email. You have to email me. I gave you my email address. I can't email you if you don't email me. To be young again and just want to sing, right? I know. We do it all the time, though. You Are My Sunshine is like her favorite one. Amaya, I'm not going to email you. I don't have your email. I gave you my email. You have to email me, and then I email you back. Okay, 30. Let's go. 33. Now, oh, pardon me. I'll do Scorpio first, and then we'll do Pisces last. Because we have a Scorpio in here patiently waiting. Can I put it in the chat? What are you doing right now? I am doing the monthly guided action steps for the water signs for the month of April. Give me one sec here. I gotta type this in the chat. Also, if you go to my website, you can go to my website, which is creativelyguided.ca, and it will always give you the information. So for Scorpio, we're going to start now. Just for you, Nick. Just for you. Okay. For my Scorpios, what is the guidance, the action steps, the energy? So, why, if it's not, what does it matter? Ask Amaya. She's the one who asked for it. And you don't need to use it. Who asked for it? God, you can always go to my website and find it, you know. It wasn't for you. You didn't ask for it. It was for exactly who asked for it. All right. A man cannot be comfortable without his own approval. Take some time before bed to appreciate yourself for who you are. You are on a unique path and you are doing the work. Good. That's always a good start. That means that usually, first and foremost, when you're on a unique path, it means you're not following the crowd. You're doing your own thing, uh, the beat of your own drum, right? Uh, Marching to that beat, and that's okay. It's a good thing. You're a leader, not a follower, and that's fantastic. So learning how to celebrate yourself and really check in and do well for yourself is good. What's this one? Not everything that is faced can be changed, but nothing can be changed until it's faced. The ability to change your mind is an incredible gift. Honor it as such. Allow yourself to change your mind about something today and fully enjoy it. And the reason I'm saying that is because as we're learning to appreciate ourselves, we forget what actually we have, the abilities, the mastery, the decision making. And when there's this thing that expectation happens when you're growing, living through life. Life is lifing. You're expected to go to work to be at time. You're expected to show up here. You're expected to do this. You're expected to stop at the grocery store at 3 p.m. every day because that's what you do, right? Um, and you just continue to do it, and it becomes monotonous because you're not sure how to change your mind. You feel like you can't, but the idea is that you can. And when we forget that, we tend to fall in line to this line that we don't want to be on. And that's when life starts to fade out. That's when the joy, the passion, all the good things in life start to fade away because we feel like we should, we have to, we must. So, what it's saying is, you're supposed to go to the grocery store today, and it doesn't have to be just that thing. Like you're driving home, you always drive the same way. Take a side road, do something, change your mind and be like, wow, see, it didn't change anything. Everything's good. Look at what I got to see new and different, right? It's just the idea of getting close. That's what I'm talking about. Thank you. Sunny side up. Hi. How are you? Scorpio too. Perfect timing. That's what we're doing. So just learning to understand that that is an actual gift. And the idea is when you get used to doing it, it's not about doing crazy things. It's about you have the capacity to change your mind at any given time. So when we get stuck in the shoulda, woulda, couldas, the expectations, the trying to keep up with the Joneses, we put ourselves in this position where we're already set up to fail. And when we start making these random decisions, uh, like just changing them, what it does is it empowers us, right? We forget the things that uh, we have the capacity to do because we let it slide off and we don't think about it. And it's really sad because it's not meant to hurt or hinder anybody. It's just, it gets monotonous and you forget. And what happens is you disempower yourself. You keep yourself small because you're afraid of what that changing your mind on something is going to do. So the idea is like while you're appreciating yourself, every time you change your mind and make a different decision, whether it's I'm going to turn right today, and if I take three rights instead of one left, who cares or whatever, right? I'm going to take the scenic route. You know, instead of going for my regular coffee, I'm going to go to a new restaurant and sit there, or go to the library. It's small little things, but those intuitive nudges and those small decisions that you change your mind on, what they do, not only do they empower you, but those are those little synchronicities that the universe does. And that's where you bump into someone that you have the most inspiring conversation. That's when you see something that just sparks this artistic creation in you, right? It's like always where those ideas and all that greatness comes from. And when we forget to do that, we lose that power. And when we start making those little decisions, we're empowered. And now we're co creating with the universe. And it's amazing. It really is amazing when you start doing it. No yelling, Miss Grace. I know I love you, but you got to remember the deal, bud. I need to fight making deals with my kid. But we have to practice now because summer's coming. Otherwise, it's never going to get done. And then I'm going to have to trade my kid in. I'm just kidding. And remember, oh, I just threw it at myself. That means it matters. You're good enough. You're absolutely good enough. If you're breathing and you have air in your lungs, I don't care who you are, where you're from, what you've done, you're good enough. But you have to believe it. And you know what happens? Oh, look at underneath. Show the world the real you. Don't be afraid. Being vulnerable is probably the biggest strength you could ever have, and it takes the most courage. And I'm not saying get on here and tell all your life story or any of that stuff. I talk about a lot of things, but I do it very. I love it. You're good. Thank you. I do it in a way. I'm never going to trauma dump on you. But let me tell you, I told you some stories of the things I went through, and the things I've overcome, not went through, overcome. Um, it would probably blow your mind. And I don't believe in telling those stories, or if I can, I always try to think it out and tell the story in a way that says, I relate, I understand what you're going through. I've been there, and this is how I overcame it. Right. And what happens is when you do that, you allow them that space to say, okay, I see she understands, but I'm not going to traumatize you with the things that I went through, unless it's imperative and it's going to help you. Right. So when you're making these decisions and you're doing these things, um, being vulnerable and doing those small things can be helpful, um, but it has to empower you and empower others. Because if it empowers you and it hinders others, not that it's your business what other people should care about, but when you take that time to be courteous and care about yourself and say, I know what I've been through. I don't want to hinder somebody else like that. You empower yourself, right? And you find another way. It doesn't mean that it's different. That's the pivot. That's the learning how to change your mind. That's the making the decisions, right? And that's where you get to celebrate yourself, because I already know me. I know who I am. I know what I've been through, and I know everything that I know. And it's never going to be everything. I also know that every single person I encounter in this world is going to teach me something. There's a lesson, there's an interaction, there's love, empowerment. There's so many things that each person can teach us. And those small decisions, those celebrating yourself, that trust, that empowerment, that vulnerability allows a safe space. That's where you're not getting people with their masks. You're not getting people trying to be fake. You're going to get people being exactly who they are because you are your own authentic self, and you celebrate it and you trust it and you follow those little decisions and those little mind changes, and you're like, okay, universe, I see you. I don't know everything you're doing, but I'm gonna trust you. That's empowerment. That is empowerment at its absolute greatest. And you're learning how to celebrate yourself, and that's amazing. Just making my round, stopping by, showing some love and support. I appreciate you. Look, messenger. This one came out in the other one too. See, this is why I said uh, the water signs. Some of them are very similar. Like if you go back to Cancer, you'll see some of them are similarities. So yours is different. You're celebrating yourself in a different way, but they are very, very similar. So um, if it goes this way through for Pisces also, then I think next month I'm going to just do them all the same. Because what happens is where the moon, the planetary alignments, and especially in April, because there's so much going on in the planet. I'm still going to read it though, because I don't want my Scorpios to feel left out. Also, angel number 92, again, because this one was 92. 92 is important. Somebody's birth year, kid's birth year, uh, angel number the 92 is important. I don't know, it may not be for you or someone else, but someone that comes and watches angel number 92 is definitely important. You're a part of a lineage of souls who have dedicated their lifetimes to the upliftment of the planet, to returning time and time again to seed the light. The crystalline ones, the ones who are here to plant the sacredness of life back in, to honor both the sacred feminine and masculine, to usher deep reverence back in. Many ascended masters are thought to be connected to the energy of Sirius. Often appearing in the shade of blue, they hold the frequency of pure love and are here to help the masculine and feminine exist in harmony. Miss Grace, to ensure greater balance, sit down, please. To help us see that we're all connected and that the masculine and feminine energies exist within us all. You're being called to bring about this balance and harmony between the masculine and feminine, to be a guardian of the harmony and balance on earth. Think of the whales traveling around the globe, sharing love through their healing vibrational song. The unique notes send balance and harmony to every corner of the planet. A rebalancing of masculine and feminine. Yeah, like I just feel like that is the water signs right now, because water signs are deep transformation anyway. And learning to find that balance. That's what I feel. I feel like it's a little, I think y'all kind of have a little bit of this going on, all your water signs. Returning of the sacred union within, rekindling of heaven and earth. You can begin to bring harmony and balance by creating it in your own life. The ripples will flow from there. You can honor the balance and sacred masculine and feminine energies within yourself. I just feel like that's kind of, I mean, to be honest, I feel like that's kind of what's going on within the planet completely, right? Um, if you notice a lot of the like, I don't want to get into the politicalness of it all. Alexandru, welcome, how are you? uh, I don't want to get into it too politically, but at the end of the day, the patriarchal systems are starting to change. Women are like, the balance is coming back in. The women aren't trying to be so extreme. I don't want to say feminist. I'm not opposed to any of it. I'm all for everybody being happy, but learning to understand that we can't be always masculine. We have to learn to be in our receiving. And the men also learning that you have to be a little more, you have to have feminine to you too, right? You have to have that sensitivity, that intuition, that, that gentleness, the compassion, all those things. And that has to do with balancing the feminine. And when we get too far out of whack in either way, that's when all these crazy things happen, wars, the bad things. Look, warrior woman. Yeah, I at least this one is, you're finding the balance and you're understanding that at the end of the day, a warrior is a warrior is a warrior. And when you show up, you're that balance is the strength, that compassion, the ability to celebrate yourself, the intuition, the vulnerability. It is like that balance and all of that is exactly what makes you a warrior. People think a warrior is just someone going to war. You fight in the spiritual. You fight with doing your inner work, the deep-seated healing. Angel number 56. Like, it's a different kind of balance. And when you balance that inner and you do that work, my God, the way things change is just mind blowing. Have you answered your deepest calling? You are here for a reason. You are being called to bravely pave a path. Remember, I said you're following your own path. You're a leader, not a follower. Uh, have you answered your highest and deepest calling? Living a heart and soul led life is not all fluffy and smooth sailing. Living a heart and soul led life requires courage to triumph over fear. So often our fears are the gatekeepers to our greatest gifts. And the more resistance we have toward answering a call, the more important it is to our soul's growth. Sometimes fear is an indication that we are facing the right way. Joan of Arc was known for her courage and her famous line, "I'm not afraid, I was born to do this." But the thing about courage is that it is not possible without fear. So if you're feeling afraid, what is needed is courage. And courage comes from living from the heart. Think of your fears as opportunities to expand rather than things that are holding you hostage. If you look at your fears in this light, then as uncomfortable as it might feel, it's actually a sign that you are on the right track. If it doesn't scare you, it's not worth doing. Have you answered your deepest calling? And right underneath it, I put the deck upside down, like I set it down upside down. It says yes. It's the bottom of the deck. So you know what that's saying. Whatever it is that you're a little scared to do that you really want to do. Uh, oh, and I'm gonna tell you a secret. Excitement and fear vibrate at the same vibration. Okay, fear is a lower vibration. Excitement is a higher one. but they both feel the same in your body and in your brain. They both feel the same. So when you can flip the switch from I'm scared to oh my god, I'm excited to see how this goes, you're literally raising your vibration for doing almost nothing at all, just flipping the switch, right? So when we start to understand that, that's true courage. Do it scared, do it shaking. When I first was doing these, man, it scared the crap out of me. I didn't, this was not something that I thought that I was going to do, uh, nor did I think that I was going to love it. But I've learned that I love storytelling, I love teaching, I love sharing things that help people with strength. Um, and even if I'm not perfect at it, even if there's distractions, even if there's all those things, I'm good with rolling with it, right? I'm not scared. I don't care, right? I'm doing what I'm meant to do, and it makes me happy. Um, that's a pretty good place to be. And I think that you're looking to do that, and there's something already in your brain. It's already there in your heart, just waiting to jump out at. Can I have one of these for my Scorpios, Taurus? Reevaluation and focus on your home and love. So it says a change of heart, and then focus on your home and love. So, and your home, by the way, isn't always the walls, your four walls. Okay, this is your home, your soul, your heart. This is your home base. This is where your alignment is. This is where your foundation is. This is where your knowledge, your wisdom, all of that stuff is. So when you're looking to understand something, where are you going to go? You're going to go to your home, right? Where it matters. And you already know that. You're appreciating yourself, right? You're starting to understand it and see it. Even though you don't know the whole thing, you're starting to understand. You're celebrating when you show up. You're seeing that you're putting in the work. And that little thing in your mind that maybe you don't want to say out loud just yet, the thing that you want to do or that you are curious or interested in that you want to do, you're starting to feel more brave and ready to do it. Maybe not do it perfectly. Maybe it's just about researching, starting to pull it all together. Like you're not showing it to the world just yet. You're not ready to be that vulnerable, but you're starting to get really a little more bold and a little more ready to take that dive, you know, because you're starting to trust in yourself. You're starting to trust in your abilities, how you learn, how you behave. Star seed elemental. You're starting to trust, you're starting to flow, you're starting to understand what your intuition is doing and what it's telling you. And that is really a good space. Also, angel number 45. One more. Children, oh, you're finding your inner child. Yep. Children as teachers, fun, lightheartedness, laughter, newly incarnated souls, the child within, maintaining an inquisitive perspective, wonder, and imagination. Being with children can be a great way to recapture wonder, innocence, unapologetic truth, and wisdom. The realities are not yet muddied by shoulds or cannots, and their imaginations are often so wild and creative that they can be our biggest inspirers. Furthermore, as their incarnation from pure spirit is more recent, they are still aware of energy and have a natural psychic awareness. I can hear you flipping on the couch, you weirdo. You're going to fall on your head. Can you not fall on your head? I would appreciate that. As for the children, right? I know you love your cat, but you need to sit there nicely and not break your head, please. You do love her. And stop telling fibs, or I'm going to take her away and give her away. One. Okay, choose to love her. That's wonderful. Okay, sometimes adulting can become too serious. Very true. When this happens, bringing a childlike, lighthearted sense of play to your perspective can be the most productive way to rebalance. Facing challenging circumstances with inquisitiveness, holy words, can bring joy to whatever we are accomplishing. Imagine stepping into a child's shoes and seeing how they perceive the world. If you have a problem, consider how a child might solve it. Think back to when you were little and what you loved to do. Remember how the world felt around you and how magical and mysterious things may have been. What has changed? What would you tell the 7-year-old you? By the way, that's how old my kid is. The little people of today will be the inventors, creators, and leaders of tomorrow. How can we help nourish their big souls to ready them for an optimal journey through life? Right now, powerful souls are incarnating on Earth to help with the progression of this planet. All children are equally special, but some may have different or unique needs due to their more sensitive and energetic natures. The ways children were brought up in previous generations may not be the best options for today. Humans are evolving, and children can be our wisest teachers. May we listen to them with our hearts and let their ways unveil fresh new eyes so we may see a whole new world. And the meaning of this card for you: bring a sense of play, lightness, and spontaneity to your life. Be inspired by children of your inner child. You're encouraged to add inquisitiveness. Get curious. Just get curious. You don't gotta understand all the answers. Ask the questions. Why? What does that mean? I wonder what would happen if, 54, 54 on the clock. Thank you, Spirit. I got you. All right. This card may signify, oh, pardon me, you're encouraged to add inquisitiveness, fun, and laughter to your reality. This card may signify the presence of a child in your life. Spending time with children will help you experience the world from a fresh perspective and see them as the inspiring teachers that they are. And yes, children are one of the biggest and easiest ways to get to your inner child. If you see me on weekends, I'm what, 44? And I'm outside running around with the kids, thinking I'm 10 or 12. Having having to be the adult sucks, right? I like to go have fun. We jump on the trampoline and play, play outside. The ability to look at things every single day, to get up and sing "You're My Sunshine," and just say thank you and be so happy. That is a gift. It is such a gift. And kids know that. They look like the conversation this morning with my kiddo on the way to school was, do you see how golden bright that sun is? Do you see how beautiful that is? That's what she told me. It's shining so brightly. How could you look at your day from that point and be like, "Oh, this is a shitty day"? How could you? You can't.
You can even play,
That awe in there, and it's honest.
You can even play, right, Mama?
Yes, of course you can play.
Because the sun is shining.
It is shining.
And the flowers are blooming.
And the flowers are blooming
Beautifully.
beautifully. That's right.
Because
Okay, I have to finish this. Thank you for your input. I appreciate you. How can you be upset? And like when you look at things from the perspective of a kid, it's a lot easier to be vulnerable. It's a lot easier to celebrate yourself. It's a lot easier to say, I wonder what would happen. Do you remember when we were kids? We were all little scientists. We all wanted to experiment and make messes and mix this and this and see what happened because we didn't know and we had to learn. And when you go back to that kind of curiosity, whether it's mixing paints together or, you know, building this small, weird balance thing that's kind of like a Jenga tower and you don't know how it quite goes together and stays together, but you made it work and it inspired you. Like, these are just simple suggestions, but if you didn't get back to that childlike thinking, you really end up missing out on what the actual joys in life are. So sometimes just being around kids, just watching kids on their own, doing their own thing, is enough inspiration to make you go, I remember when I was a kid and I did that. And that's kind of the idea. That's what we're going for here. And we got 555 change. Right. Like you're ready. You whatever it is that you got going on in that head there, whatever that idea is, you're taking care of yourself. You're celebrating yourself. You're coming to your alignment, your center, and you're getting ready for change. You're ready to take the leap. Growth, resilience, transformation, purpose, renewal, breakthrough, creative energy. You're about to level up. Although it may not feel easy at first, this challenge is preparing you for greater things that align with your highest good. This is the why you've been seeking. Keep pushing forward. There's a reward waiting for you at the end of this journey. You already know what your why is. You just have to decide if that why is enough to bring you out of your shell, make you a little more vulnerable and ready to take that leap. And either way, you already know how to celebrate yourself and you're learning to find that balance so you can come back to your love, reevaluate your home. Hi, Tommy. How are you? Good evening. So remember, 555 starts popping up. You already know what it is. Get present. What's going on around you? What's playing on the TV? What conversations are happening? What's going on that you can see? How is your body feeling? What are the thoughts in your head? Those are your ideas, inspiration, and guidance. Yes, that's why I miss Radio Shack. It was more hands-on thinking uh, than the internet. But you know what? That's so me. What are they called? A kinesthetic learner? I forget what it's called, but that's who I am. I'll listen, whatever, but I need to be able to see it, read it, and hands on. The only way I'm going to learn and understand and remember and retain is one, I know the why. I have to know and understand the why, and I have to physically be able to do it, right? Which sometimes is ridiculous because sometimes I look like a fool trying to get stuff done uh, and it doesn't work out. But the good thing is, I'm going to F it up one or two times because I did it hands on. By the third or fourth time, I'm going to be a damn pro. So when we start learning how we learn, how we understand things, it really switches up. And to do that, you have to get vulnerable with yourself. You have to always be vulnerable. You don't have to show the whole world, but you have to be vulnerable with yourself because you got to be able to check yourself. You gotta be able to give yourself compassion. You gotta check yourself when you're saying, "Yeah, I'm being a little hard on myself. Did I just call myself an idiot? Did I just do that? Why would I do that? Would I do that to my kid?" Like that's being vulnerable, and it's also being accountable, and it's a radical act of self-love to be aware in those moments, right? Remember, to be a warrior, you have to trust in yourself. You have to find that balance. You have to understand where you're going and not be afraid to make that dive. Not be afraid to be vulnerable, to start trusting your intuition. It's safe to ask for help. People want to support me. And I'm telling you, that's all, that's what it is. Start affirming your greatness. And whatever it is that you want to do, that little inspired idea that I'm not sure what it is, but you know what it is. Uh, you can always ask for ideas. You can, like, you have the idea, you can ask certain ways to ask, like, how would this work, or how, what would you think about something like this. You don't have to give out all your ideas, but you can still do a little bit of networking and understanding uh, and market research, I guess is what they call it, as you go. And when you do that, you can still get your answers and it will help you in how to bring it forth. So never ever give it up. Okay, I'm gonna pull one more because I forgot to do Cancer. You just dropped your cat. That's nice. I forgot to do this for Cancer. So my Cancers, if you watch the replay, this one's for you. My happiness is a direct reflection of how quickly I can shift my perceptions from fear to love. That courage, the ability to be a warrior woman, the ability to show up and show up for yourself and celebrate yourself and do all of the good things and to change your mind, learning to co-create, learning to do all of the things. When you learn to do that, you learn to trust yourself. You learn to trust the universe. And that thing that you want to do, the thing you want to dive fully into, it becomes a lot easier. Radio Shack had all the cool kits. You can figure out how to build and use your own creativity, no cell phone stuff. Man, Radio Shack had a lot of stuff. And my brother, both my brothers actually, I think Shannon was too young for Radio Shack time, but they would like build their own, I don't even know, the computer, like the tower, they would put them together. They bought all that stuff. When I tell you, I have no clue about any of that stuff. but man, they were really into it and they were really good. And trust me, when I needed help, I would always ask them because I had no clue at all. What time? Let's say 1:05. So now we're going to do a Pisces. But before we do, Scorpio, you got a really great idea. You got a really great inspiration. You got something going on that you really want to do. And you're just learning how to empower yourself right now and how to change your mind, how to create, how to do it without hindering yourself or getting too caught up in the fear. But appreciate who you are, love yourself, be vulnerable with yourself. You don't have to show the whole world right away, but be vulnerable enough with yourself to see and understand how you can empower yourself. Yes, but I'm talking right now. Look at me in my eyes. What happens now? Go sit down. Okay, but you're no, that's not how we behave. One, if you throw her, then she's gone and you won't get her back. So go sit down. That's the rules. So to build on those things that you want, you have to trust yourself. That's why I teach what I teach. I teach personal empowerment. I teach emotional awareness, and I teach um, systemic harm and patterns, and understanding our patterns, and personal accountability through self love instead of punishment. Uh, I love it. I'm old school. I'm old school too. I'm not. I'm just not techie old school. My tech skills, even to date, are not great. However, I did build my own website. No, I didn't build it. Like Wix helped me build it, but I did do. I had to learn all of the stuff on how to put it in there and the text and elements, which these days is nothing compared to what building a website back then was. But I did have to learn it. I've had to learn so much on YouTube. That's about my experience for tech. But when it comes to emotional awareness, all the stuff, the yucky personal awareness, accountability, self love, all that stuff, I'm a master at. Uh, you want me to build something? I can do renovations, flooring. I used to build roller coasters. I can literally do anything. Um, Learning to understand that once you learn how to learn, once you trust yourself, once you know your triggers, understand what your why is, how to look for it, you really create a space for yourself to trust in what you're doing, to trust in yourself, right? What it is that inspires you, and then you start to find your inner child because you're not fighting through the filter of trauma and anger and grief and shame and fear and guilt. You're not fighting through that because you've learned how to process it and let it go, um, which is so important because then that transformation, that change, the 555, that clarity. Um, becomes a lot easier because when you step forward, you're stepping forward from clarity, not a filter of pain, not a filter of some mask that's trying to keep you safe. You're stepping through from somebody who's healed, who's doing the work, who understands the process, who knows how to check in and make sure that that's exactly what you want and not some filter that you're thinking from, right? So that's what I have for my Scorpios. Now we got who? Pisces. Pisces, Pisces, Pisces. Okay. Are y'all going to be the same today or are we going to do a good one? Can I have for my Pisces? Pisces, we're going into Pisces season, aren't we? Is this Pisces season? I'm going to have to look it up. I started doing the astrology, but I get so much and I start going in depth and I can't focus on anything else because I go down rabbit holes when I'm learning. And when I'm interested in stuff, just like numerology, I could, like, I know the basics on all of it, but the basics is never enough. And once you start the rabbit hole, oh Lord, help us all. Okay, for my Pisces, can I have a gratitude, please? That's the one. If monks and nuns do not cherish their time of practice, they will have nothing to offer the world. Find peace in your extraordinary efforts. Your work is not in vain. And that's so true. And whether that effort is to just sit there and try to meditate for 5 minutes in quiet, which some of us can't do. And I fully learned, I used to be like fear, guilt, shame, all of those things because I couldn't do that. But you know what I learned? I learned that I can do dishes, I can clean, I can go into autopilot and still get out of the chaos and all of the overthinking and the negative thoughts and all that by doing that same thing. So don't always let it be that thing that tells you you must do it this way because there's always another way. And even when I give tips, tools, tricks, the tools that I give you are always going to work, but you have to do them and you have to do them in the way that works for you. Like everyone says, journaling. And when I try to write something, most times it takes too long. I can't get it done. But if I say it out and then I go through it like you're proofreading, then I can go through. I can see my kid in the background. Um, then I can go through, kind of proofread it and say, that don't matter, that's irrelevant, that, oh, what's that? And then I can check in and then I can journal and think and talk and process that. But if I don't do that, then 1 10 10. Thank you, Spirit. If I don't do it like that, then I miss out on the important stuff. I love that. That little Saturn, that's my logo. That's my logo. And it's the coolest. What's this one? Gratitude opens the door to the power, the wisdom, and the creativity of the universe. Take some time today for a creative activity to connect with the wellspring that's been within you this whole time. And of course, that's my most favorite thing to do. Uh, the most recent creative stuff was, digging up the garden, getting it ready so we can plant. It's pretty exciting. What is that one? Oh, shooting star. Oh, I love that. I hear you getting into something, kid. What are you getting into? Oh, you found the cookies, eh? Okay. Yeah, she just growled at me.
Well, now you're just pretending to sleepwalk.
You're pretending to sleepwalk. Oh, you sleepwalked to the cookies?
Yes.
Well, that's pretty sneaky.
No,
She's creative. I'll give you that. Can
yeah,
I, can I have Hey, Miss Grace.
I don't love my
Listen, we can't be yelling and screaming, okay? I love that you're talking and laughing, and it's okay to have fun, but you can't be yelling and screaming. You'll scare the poop out of everybody.
I don't want my
Yes, you do. So stop telling fibs, or I'm gonna take it away,
well,
and then you're gonna be really sad.
no.
Look at me, eyes on me. Boundary. Good job. A new start is coming, and then at the bottom of the deck, this is Pisces, right? So uh, find peace in your extraordinary efforts. Again, my new thing apparently is setting the deck down face like upside down, which I don't usually do, but it's been happening here and there. So it says a new start is coming, and then look at the bigger picture. Don't get caught in the small details. Don't allow it to throw you off your trail. Don't let it to scare you or overwhelm you, thinking all of these things have to be done. Look at the bigger picture and say, to get there, what is the next step? What is the next one step I can take? What is the next two steps I can take? Do I have two or three in a row? I'm going to follow them. And if I continue to do that, the universe is going to show up for me and help me along the way. Miss Grace, if you would like them open, bring them here. If you're going to keep playing with them, I'm going to take them away. So, what would you like? You have two choices. You got it all by yourself. Good job. Way to go. All right. For my Pisces, the grounded action steps. Don't throw half. Okay. Protection. Call back your power. Cut the cords and soul retrieval. This is actually a really good one. And of course, that makes sense for Pisces. I'm pretty sure Pisces season is either just past or just coming up, or we're actually in it. Like we're right on the. I'm gonna have to look. I wonder if I can look that up. I'll look it up after here. I'm pretty sure we're right at it. Protection, where are you? Angel number 104. That's going to be change and your stable foundations. Also breaks down to five, which is transformation, clarity. What did I say? 104. It's going to be at the end. 104. Call back your power. Cut the cords. Soul retrieval. You're being called to protect your energy and call back your power. May all the lost pieces return home now. Take a look at who and what drains your energy. Do not keep your tabs open. Shut down energetically each night. Energetic cords are formed between people, places, objects, and events. So it's important to keep checking in. Your energy and energetic space are sacred, so treat them as such. Keeping your energy clear takes work. As we go through life, we can give away our power, so it is important that we call it back by cutting energetic cords or doing a form of healing known as soul retrieval. Can you think of a traumatic event, relationship, or soul memory that you're being called to call back your power from? Check into your body now and see which chakra feels like it needs a bit of energetic cleanup. So check in on yourself, right? That's your extraordinary efforts. That's what it means, right? You're always protected. God is protecting you. But the idea is uh, to empower you to do it yourself, right? When you learn how to do it, my bracelets, my stones, praying, salt baths. You know, I put my crystals, my selenite wands on my windowsills. And I do that because we keep the good energy in and we leave the bad energy out. And when I come in at the end of the day, wipe the bad energy off. You know, when I order things, when they come in the mail, I clear them. I clear the energy, right? And I um, imbue my energy on it. And it's such a simple thing to do. And at the end of the day, when you check in, sometimes it's just checking in with yourself and saying, hey, how did I do today? Were there any negative things that happened? Are we able to let it go and release it? If we are, thank you, God, for helping me release what has happened. Let these energetic cords go. Allow my energy to me. And any negativity that was sent towards me, allow me to transmute it to the highest good for all. Right? I don't do return to senders and all that stuff because I wouldn't wish hurt or pain on anybody. And then one thing I've learned is hurt people hurt people. So if they're hurt, hurting them more isn't going to help them. It's just going to make it worse and keep that cycle going. And I refuse to be the one that continues a cycle if I have the ability to change it. So protecting your energy is simple. Like my little bracelets that I have, it's rose quartz, right? That's for your heart chakra. That opens your heart chakra, protects it from negativity. We're all going to feel things. We're all going to understand them. But when we learn how to um, find the silver lining and take that as instead of an obstacle, it's an opportunity to learn, pivot, grow. And when we do that, we create space for ourselves and we create really good space, really, really good space. Which one do we have? Oh, this one. Can I have one grounded action step? A way to show up. I said star bathing. That one's good. I like this one. You're learning. This is okay. So y'all are a little bit different. Maybe I won't break. I will keep separating them. 'Cause Pisces, you're learning how to clear energy, understand what has to stay, what has to go, and learning how to open yourself up to connect. And that is quite different from the other two. So yeah, I may have to keep doing them separately. I think that's what it's telling me. Star bathing. 104 again. Okay, so what was the 92 was the other one, and 104 came out twice, like two different decks. Decks. That's interesting. The stars are constantly showering emanations onto the crystalline grid of the Earth. When things are in balance, the planet also sends information back up to the stars. Many star seeds have come from Earth at this time to help shift the planet vibrationally, to activate the ancient codes of wisdom that humanity has forgotten. And all of that information is stored in the crystalline grid. If you pull this card, you may be being called to begin working with the stars and the crystalline grid of the Earth. Some people believe that the crystalline grid of the Earth anchors divine cosmic frequencies onto the planet. You may be guided to journey to the particular places on Earth to unlock these cosmic codes with your presence. You may also be interested in a practice called star bathing. Download a star bathing meditation at www.starseedoracle.me. This card commonly arises because you're here to connect with the crystalline grid of the Earth, either in your hometown or by traveling to other places without quite knowing why. It also can mean your light body, the energy body in its highest form, is being activated. If this resonates, take things extra slow in order to integrate this change of vibration. So basically, you're grounding the heavenly vibrations on Earth. In other words, where you're learning how to live in heaven on Earth, right? Which is a tricky feat because you have to be balanced. You can't be all in the stars and you can't be all in the earth. You have to find that balance, um, and that's a practice. It is an art form, and when you learn to trust that and understand how to do that, it becomes very much easier. So this is the affirmation that goes with it. I open myself up to receiving the wisdom of the crystalline grid beneath me. May the stars and the earth inform and heal me, and as they do, may it heal the earth too. You're taking that love and all of that energy, that life force energy from literally the heavens, the cosmos, from the universe, and you're grounding it on earth. So what happens is you're literally that alignment, right? You become a direct connection. So when you see, feel, hear, understand, those inspirations, those downloads, all of those things, those ideas, those inspirations, the way you connect with your cards and understand the message that you're putting out, um, you're connecting, right? And that takes a lot of power. It takes a lot of energy. Um, but when you become a clear source, the energy just reciprocates. It's a constant thing. So you're never drained as long as you keep your energy clear from all the other stuff. And learning that balance, of course, that is would be Pisces too, because Pisces are the most, I don't want to say the most intuitive at all, but really on the scale of things, they truly are the most. Um, in the zodiac, they are the most intuitive. Then we have Sun and Taurus, practicalities. Yeah, you're learning how to bring it to earth. You're grounding it. Yeah, that's tomorrow. And then heroism. You're learning how to be your own hero. And it's okay. You can do that. And then self-esteem. Again, the confidence. You're trusting that connection with spirit, grounding that into earth, understanding that a new start is coming, and the more you focus and the more you show up for yourself, the more you create that space. That's really good. It's tomorrow, bud.
Yeah, but I can bring.
Of course I'm gonna. I bring her every day, bud. Workplace. Oh, hi. How are you? Welcome, welcome. Yes, I am.
Are you sure you can
I am sure. Why are you harassing me, kid?
Really, really, really?
Really, really, really. Give me a kiss.
Really?
Okay, go sit down.
Say really, really,
Really,
really,
really,
really,
really,
really,
really.
really.
You're so funny. All right, my Pisces, what's going on? How are you, work, play, live? We're almost finished up here. I'm on Pisces. We're just finding out the grounded action steps. We got a lot of, I think, for the wider signs, they're starting to understand their connection and they're understanding to protect it. They have to protect their energy, learning how to clear your energy, internal explorer. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 on the clock. Okay, Spirit, I see you.
Mama, look,
I
that's
see
me.
you. I
See?
see you.
That's me. See?
That is you. Well, she's mighty cute.
Can you
Also,
help me
angel
with
number
those
32.
with white Louie? Who's that white girl?
That's Bluey.
So pretty.
So pretty. Okay, sit down. I'm almost
Who are
done.
those?
Hey, eyes on me. Look, eyes on me.
I want to go outside and play.
Let's all go outside and play.
See what? Pee. Pee.
Chip, how are you? Guys look like you're having fun. That's why she drives me crazy. What you mean? Welcome, welcome. She just goes and slams the door. You know, I'll tell you the best thing that ever happened. This place, complete fence in backyard, and the fence is high. And then I went and got like the outdoor, the swing and the slide and the climbing thing, and she's got the trampoline, and they got the balance beams and the seesaw, and I mean, I made it like a whole park back there. And now she wants to go outside all the time, which it was a fight to get her out, and now she wants to go all the time. And I actually found out from the school today because she's had struggles, um, fine motor and all that kind of skills, really struggles with it. And it's been exponentially, it has grown since doing this, and spending that money. And she's been outside, 20 times more than she normally would. So it's been such a blessing. I can't even begin to tell you. Uh, when I got that call from the school today, um, they were talking, because we're always talking about creating the pathways and stuff. And they're saying like she's come so far for these things, and that the skills of the climbing and the balance have helped her immensely. So when she wants to go outside and play and feeling safe enough to do it, and in a good space, that's a blessing. That's absolute abundance. I don't need to have $1 million in my bank. I have a happy kid. I have someone who's thriving and happy and joyful. I get to take the time to do this. Like, those are the blessings. Those are the gifts. Eventually, I'll be a millionaire, but until then, like, I'm not missing out on anything, right? It's amazing. It really is amazing. And that's what's going on here. You're finding peace. You're finding that understanding um, in your extraordinary efforts. And sometimes those extraordinary efforts are noticing the things that there are to be grateful, you know, boosting your self esteem, trusting in yourself, understanding that every day is a new start. Every day is a chance to make something different, to change, to grow, and learning how to protect yourself and keep that energy, the negative out, and only let in the good. When the negative comes, learning how to transmute it, it's huge. It's a big deal. When you learn how to do it well, it becomes just like breathing. And that connection, like water signs are, that's what you're meant to do. You're supposed to let that energy flow, just like the stream, just like the river. Um, and when you can do that, you start moving with the ebb and flow of life. You start going with the universe, and everything just becomes so easy. Yes, things get hard, life, but instead of you letting it cripple you, or hinder you, you release it and you let it flow through you, and you find yourself, flowing through that mountain instead of fighting to go over it. And that's pretty exciting. All right. Internal explorer, flow state, accessing infinite information by going within, wisdom from the collective consciousness, theta waves, channeling, breaking free from limiting intellect. What, baby? The color changed on what? You got a wet and the color changed? Okay, right on. Channeling. Okay, sorry. Wisdom from the collective consciousness, theta waves, channeling, breaking free from limiting intellect, creative boldness, being guided by the divine spark. You already hold the keys. When we stop looking outside ourselves and surrender to the soft inner focus, we have access to unlimited information and resources. When we stop thinking with the glass ceiling of our intellect, we have access to the multidimensional wisdom from the collective consciousness. Have you ever felt in total flow? Perhaps when speaking about something profound that you have total faith in, you've heard your words articulately unfold. At other times, when you have doubt, you must watch your words, and then they come out disjointed, only hinting at what you are trying to say. In my journey as an artist, I found I was able to paint more skillfully than I imagined when I stopped thinking or tightly controlling my images into being. This was especially so when I was starting out. By getting out of my own way, I could get into a flow that felt like something else was guiding my paintbrush. This is known as flow state, and it is said to be the optimal state for higher function. When in deep flow state, it can seem as if something else is guiding me. Perhaps it is my higher self. People often ask whether I have a strong concept of what I will paint before I start. I do have a half formed idea, but in the state I find myself in when I paint allows the rest of the image to form itself. I don't try to control it too much. When I allow myself to really go there and listen to the whispers that guide the journey, it gives more soul to my pieces. These are the creations that people most resonate with, the ones that prompt a mysterious sense of remembering. I am dyslexic and do not think of myself as an author, so the prospect of writing the text for this guidebook could have been quite overwhelming. But I was guided to drop into the vibration of the card and trust that the words would flow. I reached a deeper part of myself where I somehow had access to information that was far more vast than my mind could intellectualize, the same place my visual artwork comes from. You may have read quotes about being far more amazing than you realize. There's an infinite part of us that is God, or whatever you wish to call it, and when we attune to our divine state, we really can do anything we apply ourselves to. Everything is there within you, waiting for expression. And the meaning of this card, Strength, how are you? Welcome, welcome. This is Pisces. I'm almost done for the water signs. Tomorrow I have to do the Alchemy Emotion, uh, episode 7, I think. And then all weekend I'll be finishing up the signs. You're invited to explore the state of flow. This card is also a reminder that you are an infinitely amazing being who can access collective consciousness, especially when you surrender some control to the greater process or get out of your own way. You have the permission you felt you needed, so go within and explore. Wonderful gifts are awaiting you, right? When we start understanding, and especially water signs, you guys are like the direct connection to source. Like it's just, it's so, I don't want to say easy, but yeah, it's just easier because you know how to flow. You're very emotional, um, and emotions are felt in the body, not so much in the mind, right? And our mind, because of programming and fear and shame and guilt and all those things we've been through, can actually hinder us. And when you learn to get out of the mind so much, it's not saying don't use it because you know you need that heart mind connection, but when you learn to get out of the mind with the negative thoughts and the feelings and start trusting the intuitive, you know, how you feel, those feelings in your body, you become that direct connection. And when you do that, that's where those inspired ideas, those big inventors, you know, those people that come out with these huge ideas, you know, they started with something and they had a flash of a spark of an idea, you know, and they started researching, they started looking into it, they started trying this, you know, they went on their own pathway. And all I can see for all of the water signs is y'all are like, I'm not being a follower. I'm not here to be a follower. I'm going to lead. I'm going to find my own path. And even if I don't know all the ways, I trust that I can find my way. And I trust that no matter what along the way, I'm going to learn and I'm going to do good. Is that popcorn? That's so cute. Uh, I feel like you know that no matter what happens, like this is the big card, and this is like the key for this one, right? Find peace in your extraordinary efforts. Your work is not in vain. You know that even if everything when you do it doesn't come out perfectly, you know that you're gonna learn, you're gonna pivot, you're gonna grow. You know, if something bottoms out or doesn't feel like it's going anywhere or not able to expand right away, doesn't mean you throw it away. We're not throwing out the baby with the bathwater. we're going to go, oh, how can I change that? Where's the pivot? What can I do? And you're trusting yourself enough to know that I've been doing all this work into something. I'm not going to just throw it away. I just have to learn, understand, open myself up to the connection, look for those inspired ideas, and trust myself enough to go do it, right? To take the action step, even if I don't know the end result. I know what the intention is. I know what the feeling of what it is I want to create in this world is. And I'm starting to trust myself. I'm vulnerable enough to understand that every day is a new chance, it's a new day. And I can continue down the same path and make better decisions every day, or I can pivot and do something whole brand new. And either way, I'm still going to win because I trust myself and I have that connection with spirit. And when I have that connection with spirit, spirit's never going to lead me in a bad way because spirit is love. It's the highest form of love. It's unconditional love, and it's going to be there. Just because you can't hear them or see them or understand doesn't mean they're not there. And then I hear this one a lot, and it makes a lot of sense when you don't overthink it and you just think of it like from a child. Okay, the angels say, when you have that connection, they're saying to you, I don't, how's the best way to say it? They're there always. They're leading you. They're guiding you. They're protecting you. They're doing the things. But uh, until you open yourself up and you allow it, you can't hear what they're saying, right? You can't share what they're saying. You can't share the message. You can't act on the message. You can't do the things um, that prove that the angels are real, right? And these small things, whether it's a little sign, a little alignments, when my numbers line up the way they do. Um, and for some people, it's like, what is that? But I promise you, there's that one person that's going to pop in or watch the replay, and that's going to hit them so hard and so deep, it's going to be enough to snap them out of whatever and empower them to start doing something great. And when you start to learn that and trust that, and I tell you, I was actually I just want to give a good example of this, so you understand where I'm coming from here. Um, when I was, let's say, I don't know, 2 or 3 years ago, I'd be listening to some readings sometimes. On There's a couple that I really like to listen to, and I would never write down things or whatever. But when I was learning how to calm my nervous system, I would focus on writing one or two things that just to keep me moving so I would get my mind out of the crazy, right? Out of the negative and all that stuff. Um, but what would happen is I'm writing down, I'm journaling, and every once in a while, the what I'm listening to would say something and it would stick in my head and I'd write it down. But it would be like random. It would be this stupid sentence that made no sense to me. And it was like really weird. And I'm like, and I never thought about it, never seen it again. Well, this year, when I was writing When the Villain Meant Well, which is in on my website. It's a small reflection story, but you can purchase it on my website, and you download it immediately. But what I was doing was uploading my journals and learning how to relay the process through all of that stuff. And as I'm reading it and uploading it and dictating it, so I have it so I can put it together in how I wanted to, these weird random sentences. And I'm like, where'd that come from? And I remember, oh, yeah, it was from that reading. And then I'm thinking again, and I'm like, wait, but that happened. That was 6 months ago. That happened to me, for me. It was amazing. How could that possibly be? And I wrote it down like 3 years ago. Hold on. I just heard my kid scream. Okay. She's running through the sprinkler. I almost had a stroke. But it was such a weird thing because I wouldn't write down things like that. But it's like those weird random things that you might write down or something that sticks in your head. And then you come back and it happens. Uh, and then you look at it down the way. And that actually happened in your life. It was written down. Uh, Literally, it was meant to write down so that when I did come back, because God knew I was going to come back and I was going to go through my journals because you have to look and we got to see and celebrate how far we come. When I saw that and when I read it, it was like confirmation of just how far I come and the things that I had done, and that I had already known I was going to do it. I didn't know. God knew 3 years ago. But that message came to me, and I would have never known. I would have disregarded it. But because I learned how to follow the signs, the intuition, the synchronicities, uh, I understood exactly what it meant after the fact, right? Hindsight 2020, but I remembered it clearly. And that's the kind of things that happen, those divine inspirations, those sparks, uh, the things that you jot down, and then you're like, where'd that come from? What does that mean? Those are those exact moments, those exact things that lead to your biggest inspirations, your biggest ideas, uh, some of the greatest journeys in your life. And until you understand that and are open to it, you miss so much. But once you're open to it, it's like you can't stop seeing it. It's everywhere, and it's amazing. 0110. These are mirrored numbers, right? As within, so without. As above, so below, right? That's the balance. That's the understanding. That's the mirror, and that's what we believe. That's what we understand, right? And that mirrors back to us. So. Um, when someone's treating you or behaving a certain way, they're mirroring it back to you, right? That's something that you need to check in with yourself. If something triggers you or something they say or do triggers you, that means what do I do? I have to check in with myself so I can understand what that means. And even if it's just this much, right? The universe is going to show it to you times 100 so you understand and it allows you to see yourself, give compassion to yourself, but also give compassion to others because you're starting to trust and understand. Carrie, welcome. How are you? So, 0110 is your belief system, authenticity, destiny, inspiration, talents, gifts, self appreciation, gratitude, and purpose. How are you? I hope you're doing well. I'm just about finished up here. I'm just doing Pisces. Today was Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces, all the water signs. Tomorrow I have Alchemy Emotion, episode 7. And then all weekend I'll be finishing up the signs for the month. Action steps, guided action steps. Sorry, I'm keeping an eye outside. My kid is playing. Uh, it's just ways that we can show up with a little more gratitude, a little more self love, um, follow our own path. We lead our way with our own divine authority. These small little action steps, small little things, learning how to celebrate ourselves, be accountable with self love, not punishment, right? So you are blessed with unique talents and skills that set you apart. Embrace what makes you different. This is your path to success. Trust that your dreams are on the way to becoming reality. Stand tall in your individuality and go after what you truly desire. Doesn't matter what it is. You need to remember one thing. God wouldn't allow you to have that desire in your brain, the want for the mansion, the 25 million acres, whatever it is. And I'm just kind of being exorbitant there, but whatever it is, uh, whatever it is that idea in your head that really would just bring you joy and make you happy, God didn't put it there because you can't do it. God put it there because that's your destined path, right? When we look at fate and we look at, if we just live and survive and don't do anything, that is our fated path. But when you choose your destined path, you make those big choices. You dream big and you take the action steps to show up in accountability and do that. And that's your destined path. Oh, she's soaked. Are you running through the sprinkler? I see you. She's knocking on the window, even though she can see me. Hi, what are you doing? They're meant there to for you to decide, do I want to just play small and do what I'm supposed to do and never dream big and never step out, or do I want to believe in myself? Do I want to trust that I'm always protected? Look at bottom of the deck, 444, one of my favorite, protection. I'm protected. My stable foundation is what I make it, and my stable foundation is here, my connection with spirit, my connection with the universe. And when I start to understand that and trust that, of course I'm going to be bold and take that step for those desires because they're put there because I can do it. Do I know how to do it right away? Do I know all the steps to get there? No. But if I take this step and this step and this step that I already know, uh, I trust the universe is going to open up the next opportunity, the next caring connection, the next person, place, thing, opportunity that allows me to go to the next one, right? And from there, there's going to be another learning opportunity and another doorway. And it's always going to lead you to that beautiful idea that you saw in your head 25 years ago, that thing that you still dream about, but you're afraid to do. When you start being bold and you step out that way and you trust in your connection to spirit, which, by the way, my water signs, every single one of you have been in your own way, you have been, which is pretty exciting. Starting to trust it. You're learning how to love yourself. You're trusting in your extraordinary efforts. And even if it's just being that internal explorer and figuring out uh, what makes you tick, what makes you excited, what makes you want to get up off the couch and go do something, what makes you want to invest in yourself, what makes you triggered, what your boundaries are, what matters to you. That internal exploration is what creates the most amazing part of you. 144 on the clock. Thank you, Spirit. And at the bottom of the deck, I can expand time when I'm inspired. Your connection to spirit, you can do anything you want. You are the co-creator in your life. You and the universe, you and God, you and source. When you show up and you start trusting in it, and you trust in yourself, you start listening to that guidance, you just trust and you know. I claim my desires, I hold great visions, and I am ready to receive. That is what I have for you, my Pisces. This is your affirmation. Say it loud, say it proud. By the way, on my uh, screen here it says 4 and 14, 414, stable foundations, new beginnings. And that's pretty exciting. When you create that stable foundation, not the four walls here, although that is nice. It is nice. Um, the stable foundation is here, right? Your direct alignment with source, your head heart coherence, the ability to find the balance in um, dreaming it into being, into imagining it, being intuitive, following that guidance, and then bringing it to earth, grounding that action, doing the action steps. When we learn that balance and understanding each part of that and both bringing it into balance, each step becomes easier. And leading your own path in your own divine authority becomes so easy. It almost becomes joyful again. It's like you start to get excited, just like a little kid, because you're in awe, because you don't know um, what it is. You know where you're trying to go, but you're not so focused on the end result that you're stuck on that and you're micromanaging. You're starting to flow with it and understand and trust and love the journey. And when you start loving the journey and enjoying that, you allow yourself that space to free flow, to just find that flow state, and it just allows you to create and pull what you really want and ground it into earth. You guys have got a big thing, a lot of big things coming this month, and it doesn't mean that um, it's a huge. It's like you're bringing it out to the world right now. But whatever it is, those ideas, that inspiration, those things you've been working on in the background, maybe in secret, not quite telling everybody yet. You're about ready to explode it out, to really dig deep and kind of take that leap and say, I trust. I trust that I'm going to find the way. I trust that if things don't go perfectly, I know how to pivot. I know how to learn. I know how to grow. And I trust that I'm always going to be protected as long as I show up, uh, trust myself. And I am grateful for my extraordinary efforts. It's never going to be in vain. Never, never, never. And that's pretty exciting. That's what I have for my water signs. You guys are amazing. Don't be scared. Don't let fear ever do it messy. Do it scared. Who cares? Because you know what? The only person you're ever going to compete with is yourself from the day before. There's enough room for everybody. The abundance is here. It's never going anywhere. And the only way you block it from yourself is when you don't trust yourself. I promise you. When you trust your connection with spirit, when you trust in yourself, and you trust that you love yourself enough to check in, to say, hey, can I do this right now? No, I don't have the capacity today. Okay, can I do something else that's going to help me still keep moving towards that path? Oh, I could do this or this or this. You're always moving forward. You're always doing something. And now you're understanding that I'm allowed to claim my desires. I'm allowed to hold that vision. And I'm allowed to ask for what I want because I'm showing up every day and I'm putting in the work. I'm dreaming it. And then the action step. I'm following the synchronicities and the steps. And I'm doing the research. I'm doing the footwork. I'm doing all the things to go with it. There's the balance, and you keep it going. And that's a cycle that's always moving upward. And if there's ever a cycle you want to be on, that's the one. Y'all got big things coming. And when you come out with your new things, your new ideas, inventions, creations, let me know. Come back and let me know because I'll tell you what. You can ask, work, play, live. I get really excited about those creations. And when I can get in where I can, when I can help, when I can support, when I can boost, when I can celebrate your wins, I'm going to do that because um, I don't believe in gatekeeping. And I believe that there's enough abundance for us all. Yes, like I'm telling you, the launchpad, I don't have the link for it, but Work Play Live has done it. And created this app. It's amazing. Like just there's so much to it. I can't even begin to describe it because my tech mentality is not that great. But I'm telling you, it's small. I don't want to say small, but it's new, right? And it's going to be really big. I always can tell when people have done the work and when you've done those things. And how long did you work on it in the background before you even decided to launch it, even to the founding point, right? You had to do so much work in the background and you had to trust in yourself and you had to go through the trials, the errors, the good, the bad, the ugly, all the stuff. And even as it's right, like it wasn't something, you had to trust yourself and you had um, you had to be grateful for those extraordinary efforts, right? Like even when it was like nobody cares, nobody sees it, nobody understands. Uh, you showed up and you did that for yourself and you trusted and you knew. And if something goes wrong or it doesn't, or something doesn't jump off right away or whatever, you're not throwing the baby out with the bathwater. You're gonna pivot. You're gonna grow. You're gonna learn. You're gonna try something new because that's that connection. That's that trust, right? You're building something that's going to be great for generations. 15151. Thank you, Spirit. Um, the point is trusting, and because your connection may not be the same as mine. Like I literally talk crap to God half the day. Thank you, God. Oh no, I'm not doing this today. I don't want to be patient. And then literally, like was laughing about it, but God will, send out a car to cut me off and drive slow in front of me, right? And I'll literally be like, really, really? I told you I didn't want to be patient, like that kind of sarcastic thing. But it's like that's the I win, right? We work together or I show you. um, and that's the way it works, right? That's the way the world works. And when we start to trust that and we learn to pivot, we learn how to slow down, we learn how to check ourselves, we create that space. And that's what water signs have been doing. All three of you have been doing. So when you come out with it and you do really great, I promise you, whatever it is that you're doing is going to grow into something big. So I'm here listening while I work, and it's some pretty interesting stuff. What um, I talk about this stuff because it's so true, and it always ties back into what I teach. It ties back into everything that I know from walking through the fire. I know from loss. I know from trauma. I know from grief. I know from all of the things. Um, but it's so true when you connect. You know many times I gaslit myself and said I'm not talking to spirit. Like people are crazy. I don't have that connection. That's just crazy. How could I possibly have that? I've been through this and this and this, and then I started asking these questions, and all of a sudden I'm getting these angel numbers everywhere, and I'm getting these signs and these answers, and I'm looking them up, and it's the answer to my question. Like literally the question that I never spoke out loud to anybody ever. but it was in my brain, nagging at the back, and I see this angel number 1414, 2727, whatever, and they're popping up and it's everywhere. And I don't want to first start looking because before I didn't understand, right? I'm just like, that's weird. Then I start seeing it again and again. How many times can you see that number in a week? Now I've seen it 10 times. Okay, what does that mean? So I started looking it up. And I'm like, it just can't be, right? And of course, because you don't understand it and you don't believe it. And when you've been through a lot of stuff, you're like, I must just be going crazy, right? I went through all the things and I tried to do all the ways where I gaslit myself to believe that this couldn't be. Uh, and many people do that. And many people don't even realize that they have that connection. Uh, and most times when they realize it, it's because they listen to me or they're talking to me. And not only because they've been talking to me, but when you start noticing it and you start seeing those things and I'm telling you, it'll happen. Like this one, 0110. It's gonna start popping out. This was Pisces, eh? And it was 555 for Scorpio. I forget what Cancer was. 1441, I think. So when you start seeing these numbers popping up all the time, it's telling you get present. It's telling you what's going on. What were you thinking at the time? What's playing on the TV? What do you see outside? Because that's your inspiration, and that's going to be the thing that helps you pivot, helps you grow, helps you focus, and bring that into fruition. Sarjo, hi, I love your hair. Thank you. My hair's a mess right now. The thing with me, you get the good, the bad, the ugly.
Mommy, my hair. I told you, mommy.
You're dirty because you're running through the sprinkler. Yeah, it's almost bath time. I'm almost done here, bud. I'm almost done. Thank you for your patience. You did really well. So, how can I know you more? By showing up to my lives. I'm here. I have a million videos, maybe not a million, but I have tons. You can always watch them. I am what I teach. I am what I talk about. My beauty is unique. Well, thank you. Everybody's beauty is unique. We are all beautiful in our own way. And once I learned that, nobody could stop me. And that's what everyone's doing here. And that's what Pisces are doing. You're connecting, you're finding the balance, you're grounding heaven on earth. Everyone says, well, when I die, I'm going to go to heaven. But why do you have to wait till you die? Why can't you just ground it on earth? I look up every day and I say, I talk to God all day long. In the morning, me and my daughter on the way to school, what are we doing? It's a beautiful, look at that beautiful sun shining so bright. Thank you, God, for this beautiful day. What a beautiful breakfast we're eating on the way. We're going to have a fantastic day, and that doesn't mean that we live in the, oh my God, everything's shiny and bright. But life, things are going to happen, negative things happen, but we move through it, right? We take the lesson, the find the silver lining, and move forward. We don't let negativity weigh us down. We transmute it to our highest power. Typing from the smiling coast of Africa, the Gambia, cool, is a unique thing being here. Nice experience. Why does it, it does that? Maybe it's a YouTube thing. 2 hours, and it started on 4:04, 4 minutes and 4 seconds. So at 2 hours, I think it cuts off or like restarts or something because it's happened every single time when it goes over 2 hours. So that's kind of interesting. That's a good thing to keep in the memory bank. But I have been on for over 2 hours. So that means I've talked a lot. My water signs, y'all are finding the balance. You got it. You understand. Find that connection. Trust in what it is that you. Oh, also 92 and 104 were really big angel numbers, not just the ones that I called for the cards. They came out two separate decks, two separate times, each for the same. I think the first one was for 92 was for Cancer and Scorpio was 104. So whatever those numbers mean, could be dates, whatever. Look up the angel number. Those numbers came out very hard and they came out double. Like it was like, are you sure that's the number? And then boom, it came out again. So they were important. So I don't know what they mean. They could mean something totally different for each person, but they matter. So it may be just someone who pops in and gets the number, but they matter. So look them up, see where they might be. They could be a past, present, future. It could be a birthday. It could be a date of an event. It could be anything, an angel number, uh, but it means something. You guys are starting to trust your connection with spirit. You're starting to understand how it works. And your connection is not going to be like my connection. Your connection is going to be exactly how it works for you, how you're going to understand it, how you're going to see it. And you're starting to understand I can't compare with anybody else. It doesn't matter how it is for anybody else. What works for me is what works for me. And when you start trusting that, you don't worry, you don't compare, you just follow your journey, you follow very happy. You don't follow it worried and fear because when you when you worry and fear, you just create more of it, right? You're always manifesting. Every single thing you do, you're manifesting. So if you're going to be manifesting, would you rather manifest uh, amazing opportunities, ideas, intelligence, connections, caring, compassionate people? Would you rather manifest that or just shit, fear? Nobody wants that. Scorpio, it's done. Yeah, you got it. And by the way, when you come out with um, your idea, whatever it is, because I don't know if you just did or if you're about to, whatever it is that's in there, you gotta let me know. I want to know what it is because I want to celebrate your wins. I will cheer you on. I'm a really, really good cheerleader. So whatever it is, sometimes it could be an idea. Like for me, the last 3 months, I created a 12-week program for one group. I don't want to say counseling, but it's like coaching, empowerment, understanding, learning how to do the criteria. I have a free workshop that you can have on my email. Yeah. Are you married, my lady? No, I'm also not looking to get married. I'm married to myself. That's not something I'm not on YouTube to get married. Uh, I appreciate the curiosity, but I'm here to teach, to share, to love, and always have that boundary. I'll celebrate all your wins, all that good stuff. Uh, but it has to stay like that because I like to keep these streets drama free. And I like to be happy and want to come. I don't want to be avoiding things that I don't have to. So, and Nick, when you, uh, whatever it is you create, let me know. Just trust me. I'll help you. I'll cheer it on. I'll promote it. That's what I do. That's what I love to do. Oh yeah, my free workshop. If you're stuck, if you're unsure how to uh, move forward, not sure how to get clear on your ideas, not sure what the action steps take, on the 16th, yeah, this Thursday, next Thursday, is my free workshop. Yeah, it doesn't cost anything. You can sign up on my website. Um, it's just going to help you get unstuck, tools, things that are easy to use, repeatable, easy to use, ideas, and other ways. If you want to work with me, I have my free half-hour clarity call to see if things are right for you. I have one-on-one I hate saying coaching sessions, but really, I mean, essentially, that's what it is. Um, I'm just empowering you, helping you find the best possible way and helping you understand how to get clear on what it is you're trying to do. Can you hug me? You can air hug me. You're pretty far away, so I don't think hugging is going to happen. But I appreciate that. My kiddo says, "Can I hug you?" Yeah, of course you can. Come here. You're so cute. Say hi, everybody.
Hi, everybody.
Yeah, I got it.
Hi, everybody.
Okay, no hollering in my ear. Um, I like to think so, but I'm also human. I also have my moments. I'm not always sunshine and rainbows. And when we start to understand that, we can trust it. We just learn how to rise above, and we learn how to transmute all of those things into our power instead of our burden. Right. So You guys got all these. You got it. I trust in you. You trust in you. And that's the most important part. And you're starting to trust in spirit. And that's really, really, really amazing. I'm proud of you guys. Tomorrow I will be on for the alchemy emotion. What? A vending machine? What kind of vending machine would you like?
Something with chocolate.
Something with chocolate. I can't with this kid. Thanks for replacing my hug cute kid. She is cute. All right, I gotta get off here. Be on here all night, just talking away, not actually uh, doing all the things. But tomorrow I'll be on in the morning. What time's my workshop? I think it's not till 12. So I'll be on probably at 10 o'clock to do the alchemy emotion, which would be the still point, I believe. And then all weekend I'll be doing the rest. If you have any questions, I can answer too. For the like you mean you sent it to me right now? Hold on. Is that what you mean? You sent my email? What is my email? You know when I get on the computer, I get my brain fries out. After 5 p.m., I'm like done. Like with techie stuff, I can't even handle it. Because of time difference, but really want to know you more. Well, the best way to get to know me is to come to my live streams or watch my videos. But I'm pretty much an open book. What you see is what you get, and I try to share my knowledge. Share. Oh no, you didn't say anything about the app. I haven't. I'm still kind of playing around. I actually read through the emails and it was super exciting. And it's just learning how to, like, because I'm posting more and more, and I'm starting to create them, but it takes me longer. So like, I'm not as talented as you guys when it comes to, like, if you see my things that I do in the evening, I think they go in the evening. Pardon me, in the morning when I do like the pictures, the Canva ones with um, the healing little one-liners, and then the captions. What I'm trying to do is turn them into more, um, I guess, kind of AI, but I just want to step it up so it's a little more creative. But so I'm taking the launchpad ideas, I'm taking those things and I'm trying to turn them into it. So like I'm in the middle, I've got three different pictures for your morning self-care routine, right? Like standing in the mirror. I tried to do the AI thing, but I just don't have the funds yet to invest in a whole big AI, um, like the apps for $40 or $50 a month yet. I don't want to do that until I'm making money that it's not going to be a hindrance, right? Try playing the Quran. Search for it on YouTube. Playing it? Like reading it or listening to it? Always stay blessed. You deserve peace. Absolutely. Do you have YouTube Create? I don't know what that is. I have YouTube Studio. It's a free phone app. No, but it's only on the phone. Yeah. So that, because see, when I said YouTube Create and I'm trying to look it up and understand it, GPT said no, like it's a prompt. I'm writing that down right now. See, I thought that it was an app and it said no. I should have just known and looked for myself. Create. Like CapCut and all is the same kind, like an app like that, but you just have to do it on your phone. So yeah, always I get sidetracked, guys. So, but that's why I clip parts, so y'all they don't have to listen to all the extra stuff. But while I'm doing this, I have to learn. It's too early to fall in love, but they say love is blind. Well, love is unconditional, and just because you love one or love everybody doesn't mean you're in love. And there's a completely different thing. And we are all walking love. And when we learn to understand that, uh, and we don't confuse that, there's enough love for everybody in the appropriate right amount, right? Um, yeah, YouTube create. Where is it?
Mommy, I'm so happy.
I just broke my phone too.
I'm so happy.
Like, I don't know if you can see the cracks all at the bottom. I was just changing a new, like I just got a new old phone, new used phone. But is it like on the Google Play? I got it and then it broke. But how? Oh yeah. But then how do you pull stuff from there? I think I know. No, I don't. YouTube create. My brain will start going faster than my mouth. Power director? No, that ain't it. YouTube studio? You cut? Are you in Canada or the US? My love is care and respect. That's what it should be. I believe that. I don't see it. Is it on I love your eyeball. Thank you. That's funny. Uh YouTube create. That's what you said it's called, right? Oh, you're in Canada. Okay. Is it on Google Play? YouTube music, video editor, video cook. What? YouTube Kids, CapCut. I have that one. YouTube video editor for YouTube. InShot video editor and maker. InShot. You cut video editor and maker. InShot video. And then YouTube Studio. It doesn't show on the. Yeah, you said yes. Which one is the yes?
Oh, she's a girl. She's a grown up now, Mama.
She's a grown up? Is that what you said?
Yeah.
Oh, maybe.
She's a grown up now.
Okay.
Mama, what?
If you can, I would appreciate that. Because that's how you make them from like the picture instead of a picture. Have you seen the content that I do in like the little captions in the pictures? I put them up every day, and they're done until like I have them scheduled until the end of April. But I want to create new content, but I want to keep it a little more loose because now that we got the deep dive into the emotional awareness and all that stuff, I don't want it to be everything like a schedule, like a strict thing. I want to loosen it up and focus more on the, how do we show up in a good way? What is a self care thing? What are some ideas, some suggestions? And I want to make them those little videos where I can still do my voiceovers. It's still my work, my ideas, still using the launchpad to help me keep it focused, right? A little more loose, a little more fun, but I can create like small little AI videos with it. That doesn't always have to just be my face in the camera, right? So we're all strong together. There should never be. Why do you think the world is the way it is right now? Because everybody's focused on separation, right? When we realize that we're all the same, we all have the same wants and needs, even if they differ a little, the core of it is the same. And when we understand that, we unite and we don't let that crap separate us. We really have a big chance to do things. Someone far from me making me feel connection. I will get you up to speed. I appreciate that because um, I am. I'm slow with the techie stuff, but once like you gotta dumb it down. When I say dumb it down, step by step, like baby step, baby step. But once I get through it once or twice, I promise you, I'm like, and I never have a problem. But once I figure it out, then I can. It'll be a little easier. You hear my kid back there? Your dress is unique. It's just a sweater. Is that what you are you talking about my
You're
sweater?
so cute.
It just is a sweater.
Mom, say, you hear her? You're so cute.
You hear her, you're so cute. You hear her, she loves us. You know what she did the other day? And it was so funny. I can't get her to do it. She won't do it when I want her to do it now.
I love you.
But
I love you. I love
she came out because she watches YouTube Kids sometimes. And she's like, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. And she came out of nowhere. And I was like, where did you get that from? Because I always forget to say that stuff. And
I love you, kitty.
she said it so clearly. It was so cute. But now when I try to get her to do it, she won't do it. It was the cutest thing ever. I like you. I like you too. I like everybody. You got to be a pretty big asshole for me to not like you.
I can't stop loving my kitty.
You can't stop loving your kitty.
You hear her? I just can't stop loving my kitty. Mom, say you hear her?
I want to prepare a local
Mama,
Gambian
Mom,
dish.
say you hear her? I just can't stop loving my kitty. Say,
Well, we have to get off of here, or I'm going to be on here all night,
Okay.
not getting stuff done.
Mama.
Yeah, if you can send me an email, work, play, live, uh, with the information for that, I would appreciate it because that's the if I can get that, I feel like that's the part of the system that I'm missing because it takes so long for me to create and tell the story the other way. Um, it takes more energy, more effort to pull it together. So like I'm still working on today's one. And then I got to do the voiceover and add it, and then I have to pan in and out to try to make it look not live, but make it look like it's to give it some motion. So it's just not the static picture. And I'm trying to figure it out, but I'm very slow at it. So it takes extra time. And then like my clips and stuff from my lives, that's just those. But the if I'm mixing the content, the teaching content of this with a little bit of kind of the fun, that kind of stuff, it gives me a couple different elements, but I'm still getting the message across, which is win-win if that makes sense. But it's okay, slow and steady. I'm not rushing. Um, it's all gonna come out in the wash. It's gonna work out for the best because uh, I don't give up and I figure it out. You will be a pro in no time. That's right. Your kid is unique. Oh, trust me, God keeps an eye on her. That kid is as protected as they come. And then she's got crazy mama. I'm that one. Listen, I'm as kind can be, but I'll go to prison over that kid. I want to remember your face in my dream. Um, I don't know what to say to that. You take care. You too. Sometimes I don't have all the answers, and sometimes I just have to smile and say, okay, okay. All right, I'm gonna get off here. My water signs, you're amazing. You got good things coming. Don't let fear get in the way. Take that step. Be bold. And remember, your belief system can either push you forward or it will hold you back. And if it's holding you back, something's got to change. You'll figure it out one step at a time. Compete with nobody but yourself. I love you guys. I got to get off here. My kid needs bath time. It's time to get ready for bed. So have a good night, guys. Take care. I'll see you tomorrow for the next one.